What's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So my man, the Tin Man, Jeffrey Taylor, donated a blade to the channel. And I don't know a lot on these blades because I never bought one. This is the Camillus titanium. I think it's just called like a hunting knife, right? Titanium bonded fixed blade knife. That's what it's called. Let's see. They go, I know, anywhere between like 20 and 40 bucks, somewhere in there. But I've heard different things. I heard on some of the big ones, I heard if it gets really cold, they'll snap. And on some of the, I've heard just a lot of different things, but I've never tested one. Now this one's used, so it's not going to have that brand new edge. So what I want to do is just a little toughness test. I want to see, is it strong, right? Is the steel soft? Because it is 420, not 420 HC, but 420. And then it says it's titanium bonded, making it 3 times stronger than a non-treated blade. And I don't know what that means, because is it a non-titanium treated or non-heat treated blade is what they're talking about. Because if they're saying it's 3 times stronger than a non-heat treated blade, any blade that's heat treated is going to be stronger than a non-heat treated blade. So I don't know exactly where they're going with that. This is what I can tell you. The blade length is 4 3/4 inches. The overall length is 9.5 inches. This is a hollow grind. The sheath is terrible. It's just one of these. Helps keep the cost down though. It is a drop point. It says full tang fixed blade. Now I'm trying to look inside the lanyard hole and see if I can spot any kind of tang, and I don't think I do. So is it full tang? I have no idea. I mean, the tang could end up here. It could. I have no idea. It just says full tang. No idea on that. It says Rockwell hardness is 52, which is not that hard, but it is 420. So what 420 is going to give you is amazing rust resistance. Now, when I got this thing in, it had 6 little chips in it, and I got them all out. And now you can see that the edge is actually nice. I didn't do a lot of extra work. I just got the chips out. So it should be pretty decent. But what we want to find out is this 420 tough enough? And that's what it comes down to, is titanium coated 420 okay? Because 420 normally you'll find a lot in divers knives. Anything that has to go in the ocean, it's really good to make a 420 because it's not going to get all destroyed from the salt water. So I do love 420 dive knives. When it comes to like survival knives, things like that, I wouldn't go 420 personally. 420 HC, completely different story. That's where Buck makes a living, and they do a great job. So let's take this thing outside and see what we can do. All right, get this thing in some light so you can actually see it better than where it was. And I have to say that as far as overall looks are concerned, I mean, it's a pretty basic, simple pattern, but it's not an ugly pattern. It's good looking. There's a lot of knives out there that simply aren't. This one just happens to be good looking. We're not going to do like a standard testing. What I want to do is literally just bang on it a little bit, hit it against a few things, see if it's going to be tough. So aside from like all the sharpness tests, oh, you know what? And here's a little fun stuff. I went out this week. I had a pretty good week. It's why I haven't been making videos. I've been out and about and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I went out and I met a few ink masters from the show Ink Masters, and I got some tattoos. And then I did end up getting this tattoo at a convention. That is my combat patch. And then, I don't know if you guys see it on Facebook, but I got that Mandalorian tattoo, the bounty hunter type thing. Boop, it's punched in real solid. That was by Angel Bauta from Ink Masters. So I've been out getting some ink and having a really good time, having fun. So let's see here. Let's see. What I want to do is hit it against some pretty good wood and just see how the edge is going to respond to it. It's not considered hardwood, but it's hardwood. Now this is 420, and I don't know titanium bonding, what exactly they do to bond it titanium with titanium, but here I'm just whacking it against some knots. You can see right here, this is sycamore, and I'm hitting it pretty good. It's scarring it nice, so you can see that it's actually getting some swings, and I think it turned out pretty good. It didn't cave in the edge at all, so that's a good thing. Let's try and do a tire puncture, and that worked out pretty good. I did give it a pretty good edge, but going through the tire, no problem. Trying to feel any rolls or anything like that, and so far so good. So far so good, and it's a reworked edge, so it's taking material away from the original edge. So keep that in mind. That, I mean, that, who knows, that could be, I don't know what that dog's eating. Oh, okay, better or worse. Let's see. Oh, it didn't get all the way through. I'm telling you, man, this stuff, this netting, it is really, really tough. It's a plastic netting, and I have some knives that breeze through. I'm really pushing, and some knives, look at that, I made a little tiny hole, but then it couldn't glide through. So sometimes you guys think I'm messing around, and I'll be like, oh, this knife's better than this knife going through. Let's see, on me right now I have the QSP Snipe. You see the difference? That cruised right through. That cruised right through on the same exact piece I was just trying to cut with the Camillus, but the Camillus was having a very hard time with it. Let's see. So let's try again with the Camillus, see if we can get a good rip. There we go. We got kind of a rip going. So this stuff can be pretty brutal on an edge. Man, that's twice. That's 3 times. I'm pushing, guys. I'm a very strong man, and I am pushing. There we go. So it was pretty rough on there. That was pretty rough. I could feel some things going on with the edge. Not really rolls or anything, but it's kind of hard to explain where you can feel things that aren't supposed to be there. It's just not smooth, right? So doing the plastic netting, I would honestly say that eventually I got it cut, but I still call that a fail. All right, so now I have this wire fencing right here, this thin wire fencing. Make sure I'm in the cut there. So what I want to do is just tap the blade on this fencing. I'm not hitting it hard. I'm not going crazy. I'm not trying to break it. I just want to see if it would do minimal damage to the edge as far as, like, you know, making it less sharp, things like that, not breaking it, not chipping it. And the reason I'm doing this is because I can just take it downstairs and resharpen it. So it's not like I'm going to be trying to destroy the knife. Just want to see, make sure I'm in there, how that edge is going to respond to hitting that. And I'll tell you what, the plastic netting did a worse job on this edge than the actual steel. So hitting that did nothing. It did absolutely nothing to the edge. No little rolls, no little folds, no little anything. It didn't change the edge in any way. So that's pretty good. It's weird how some things you'd think if it's going to be bad on this, that means it's definitely not going to be able to handle this. And then it handles that, and it's like, all right, well, start again, because I don't know. It handles the steel, but the shock against the steel, it handled hitting knots, it handled going through the tire, but it was rough with the plastic netting. So it's really strange when you think what is going to beat the knife in a test and, you know, what isn't. So let's see. Let's see here. Let's bang on it. Let's bang on it a little bit. Let's see. I just need something to baton with. We'll use that. Luckily, I got a good piece of wood out of the bunch. And so far, it's cruising right through. And I mean, it's a hollow grind, and the edge is doing good. So I don't know. I have to, from just what I'm doing right now, would I be able to say that for between 20 and 40 bucks, you find one of these, is it going to be able to knife? I mean, even if I didn't want it to, even if I was hoping it was bad, it's still working. These are some of the tightest curls you'll ever see in your life. Those are tight curls, but it's doing the job. It's doing the job. So I mean, people can go into this thinking, oh, it's a crappy knife, it's just a budget knife, it's blah blah blah. But if it works, well, not gonna lie to you guys, if it works, it works. That's just what can you say, right? It's 420, and a lot of the blade snobs out there hear 420 and instantly will tell you, oh, it's a piece of crap, don't buy it, it's garbage. Even though some of the high-end divers knives are 420, they will just tell you all day long because they read it somewhere, so they think they're some kind of wizards with steel because they heard some other person knock it, so that means it's bad. I don't know, I have a few 420 knives, and I don't know, I don't have a problem with them. My dive knife is 420. So let's see here. Oh, all right, threw that pretty hard. The problem is this knife is this knife is really light, so it's kind of hard to figure out. But I mean, any knife will fly if you just let it go. Oh, that was in the tip, and it tore up some of this loose stuff. It's the problem with the tree getting so bad, you got to hit it dead straight. Oh, that's there. I went half a step too close now. Ah, why not? There we go. I backed up half a step, and that was all I needed. So you can see that if you need to chuck it, it'll chuck. Trying to see if there's any kind of nothing. The only thing I got was that weird, and it wasn't folding or chipping. Knife guys know when you rub an edge and you feel something from the plastic netting. That was it. As far as can the knife for that cheap of money, yeah. What does titanium bonding mean? Beats the hell out of me. But I'll tell you what, I don't know, giving it a little wrap on some steel, you know, batoning with it, smashing with it, hitting the tire with it, doing everything, and it knifes. I mean, if you can explain to me why this was bad just now, I would love to hear it. But I know the blade snobs out there are gonna, oh well, yeah, but they're gonna but it to death. Oh yeah, I did that, but it's still garbage. Well, that garbage is gonna keep you alive. That garbage you could take to the woods and survive with. You'll live. So say what you want, but I know if I get attacked by Bigfoot at the ATM, this piece of garbage might just keep me going, you know what I mean? So I don't know, blade snobs can say what they want. I've never tested one. This is my first one. So Jeff Taylor, thank you very much for sending this. I'm actually happy to have tested it, because now I can honestly say, if somebody asks, are these any good? I can say, I can't say that they're bad. Can't. It's comfortable in the hand, has a crappy sheath. I don't know how sharp it came. I know it's sharp enough right now to saw through a tire, without folding the edge. I know it's sharp enough, or the edge holds enough right now to be able to wrap a little bit against some steel and survive. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's even do one more. All right. So we got some stone. This stone was taken out of the Connecticut River in the 1700s. This is some old stone. All right. Let's see here. Right there, I could feel a little tiny fold from hitting the stone. So if you bang it on a stone, you can get a little tiny fold right there. It's not even like a fold. It's more like a dent. That's it. So I don't know. The knife knifed. What do you want? So that's it for this one. Camillus worked. I am Donnie B all day. Till next knife.